Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome to my Power Month series here on Toku Topics. Today is day 1, so we're going to be taking a look at Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Season 1, and what's a better way to do that than the brand new Remastered Black Ranger figure. This got revealed back at the most recent fan stream on April 17th, but it did not go for pre-order with everybody else, and then we weren't sure when it was going to go for pre-order, and then it was revealed that Entertainment Earth was going to get it first during Comic-Con, and then they put it up for pre-order first, and now it's up for pre-order on Amazon and stuff like that, and Hasbro Pulse, and all of those places for an October release. However, obviously I have it here today, and that is thanks to two things, and that is, first of all, Entertainment Earth having it at their booth at Comic-Con, and MCU Collector 24 for hooking me up with one from that booth from Comic-Con. So this is technically out, obviously, but it's not going to be out everywhere until like October-ish, but even that's probably a little of a late estimate. It's probably going to be out sooner than that. There will be an Amazon affiliate link to it in the description below if you'd like to pre-order it. But yeah, here it is, the third of the remasters to release in the US, and I like it. It's kind of like MMPR Pink that we're going to take a look at some point whenever that releases here. I have so many Mighty Morphin Black figures in the Lightning Collection that I really don't need another one. But if you don't have any Mighty Morphin Black figures, this is the way to go. So I do like the artwork right here, the remastered logo, and the whole render and stuff there. The only difference between this one and the one that's going to be out later is this sticker that says Entertainment Earth 2023 SDCC debut. So that's the only thing that's going to be different. There's no differences to the actual figure itself or anything like that, or even the box except for that sticker. On the side, you have all of the Rangers on the kind of remastered artwork. On the other side, you get the render of him holding the Power Morpher in Mighty Morphin Black Ranger, and then on the back you get the same render there, and then everything that you get the purple effect pieces that are very similar to the red, or to the, well, I guess technically yes, but very similar to the blue and yellow ones from the releases that we took a look at before. All the accessories there. Very similar remastered layouts where it has a new head for Zack. It comes with the Power Axe, all three versions of the Blade Blaster, 3 sets of hands, the helmet, the Morpher. So pretty decked out there. And yeah, I'm happy with it. So here is the barcode down there if you need it. This is PRG Leon is his code name. You get the 30th anniversary logo right there. All that kind of stuff. But before I take a look at this, I do want to show off something pretty cool. And that is these. So if you got this from the Entertainment Earth booth, you actually got this 30th anniversary Power Rangers pin, which I really like. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, but you have the 6 Rangers down there in the whole 30th anniversary logo. So I really like this. This is cool. So this is something you got if you got this figure. And then MCU Collector 24 also included this, which was this little ribbon thing, or this little badge thing that you kind of turned in, I guess, to, or you got it on. I don't exactly know what this was, to be honest, but it's like some sort of little ribbon thing that was kind of like, I guess, like your ticket or whatever, I guess, maybe, to buy the figure. I honestly don't know, but it's cool. I saw a lot of pictures of this at the convention, and I'm happy he included it there, because it's something special with the Lightning Collection Remastered logo and everything, so I like that quite a bit. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories and everything inside, and take a look at this new version of the Zack figure. Okay, so here is the Remastered Black Ranger out of the box with all of his accessories, and this is definitely the definitive version of the Black Ranger from Mighty Morphin in the line, and that's what I've said about blue and yellow, and that's what I'm going to keep saying, I guess, probably about the other ones. I know red's going to be kind of an iffy one since it doesn't have a Jason head, but I like everything that's here. It's just like I said at the beginning of the review, I already have so many versions of this figure. Do I really need another one? No, not really, but this is a nice version. So let's go ahead and take a look at it here. So it does have the brand new pinless body, basically the exact same figure body as the new Mighty Morphin Blue had from the first wave. And it's good. It's definitely very good. It's definitely one of the better pinless bodies in the Lightning Collection, where he doesn't feel too loose. He's a little wobbly on the torso, just like a little bit, but he doesn't feel as wobbly or as bad, especially in the legs, as a lot of the pinless figures have been. They actually feel pretty strong with the joints and stuff there, which I definitely appreciate. The paint is nice and applied there. I do like the way that the diamonds are now and the butterfly joints. I think those look really good. The shoulders on this one look a little strange to me, but not like too bad or anything like that. I think it's also just the fact that he doesn't have the helmet and stuff on. You do get the printed on Mastodon coin. It's not molded in this time, I don't believe so, like it was on the original releases. You get the black lines on the Blade Blaster belt and holster, which is really nice. I like how that turned out. So it's definitely the best painted one. It's definitely the most detailed one. And I do like the pinless look overall for the Power Ranger figures. I think that's definitely nice. So default, he comes with the typical Lightning Collection holding hands, so nothing too crazy there. And speaking of hands, as things are falling over in the background, he has a set of fists for his right and left, which actually, there we go. For the right and left, you get the fists there. And then you also get the kind of Power Morpher morphing holding hands, which are unique to the remastered. So you get the kind of one to go underneath it and the kind of one to hold it out like that. So I do like those. Speaking of the Morpher, we're going to have to zoom in on this one because it's so tiny. But there, oh, upside down. There is the Power Morpher with, I really like the pinkish purple kind of color they have in there. And the Power Coin is really nicely detailed for how small this thing is. I mean, it's really tiny. But I do like that they've been including those. I think it's definitely a fun feature for the remasters to have. Let's zoom in a little bit more again. But yeah, I like that quite a bit. So you get all three versions of the Blade Blaster here. So the Blade mode, and the holstered mode, and the Blaster mode, which is that new one that has the little peg hole there for an effect piece. It doesn't come with an effect piece, but it is slightly different than the ones we've had in the past. Now, also speaking of ones that are slightly different from the ones we've had in the past, not mold-wise, but the Power Axe is more painted, I'm pretty sure, than even the Atom one from Wave 12. There's extra silver paint, like right here, and some silver paint right here that I'm pretty sure was not present in the past. I know that there was, I want to say it was the Atom one, where they painted the yellow, like, trigger there. That was definitely an addition for him, but this is definitely the most painted of the Power Axes. But it can still form the power weapons. It can still collapse. It's a little difficult to do so. It comes actually in Blaster mode. And then you do get the purple effect pieces, which I really like these a lot. I like them a lot with blue and yellow, and I like that the entire remastered line is going to have these color-coded effect pieces. And I do like that they're in purple for the Black Ranger. I know some people probably would have preferred like a gray kind of color or like an actual black plastic color. But purple's always been kind of associated with black, and I've always thought that that looks nice. It complements each other nicely. I know it's not gonna like look the most perfect if you're gonna have all the other ones be like perfectly color coded, but I do like it. I do like the purple with the black there, and I'm a fan of that personally. And then the final accessory is the helmet, which I think looks really good. I think this is the new helmet mold that was included with, I think it's the same one as Atom had. We'll do a comparison with the Wave 12 version and the Wave 6 version in a second. But I'm pretty sure this is the new one from the metallic release that then was used with Atom, which I think looks a lot better than the original release. And speaking of a better than the original release, questionably, we have the brand new Zack head sculpt, which I do think is an improvement from the Wave 6 one. We will take a look at that in a second. But at the same time, I still don't really see Walter Jones in there all that much, honestly. Like, I do see it. I do think it's better. But I still don't think they've been able to get this right. And we also had that one from the Armored Black release, which was our first Zack figure ever back in 2019. And I really don't know if any of them look good. I think I might still honestly prefer the original Armored Black release of the Zack head sculpt, but it kind of is, you know, up to you which one you think looks the best. But speaking of which, let's go ahead and real quick swap the head there, so you can see how this looks on the figure. And it looks really good. I really do like that helmet quite a bit. I think it's definitely one of the best upgraded helmets from the original releases. I think they definitely got the sculpting down on that like perfectly. So there is the new helmets, but let's go ahead and bring in some previous releases of the Black Ranger and kind of do some comparisons. Okay, so here are the main three versions of the Mighty Morphin Black Ranger figure. We have the Wave 6 original one from 2020, the Wave 12 one, the Atom version from 2022, and the remastered version. It's definitely the best one. The remastered is easily the best one, even compared to this one, which was an improvement over this one. This one is the worst one, but as you can see, I definitely see a difference in the coloring there. This one's definitely a lot more yellower in the plastic there. But also, I do think that just looking at the two of them here, I think these are the best comparisons, the Wave 12 one and the remastered one. You can definitely see a difference in the diamonds, where this is a little bit more of an accurate diamond pattern in my opinion. And I do like how the white on the diamonds goes over the butterfly joint a little bit better. This one was not pinless or anything like that either, even though it definitely could have been. It was in the era where they were kind of introducing pinless. So this is definitely the first to be pinless and to kind of have the whole new specifications. And I do think the helmet sculpts are the same, but this one definitely has more vibrant silver paint and stuff to it than the Atom one did. So while I'm pretty sure they're sharing the nice new head sculpts together, you can just tell from that front view there just how much more vibrant the silver is compared to this Adam one. So honestly, I don't know what the point of this Adam one is at this point. I guess it is still better than that one, but then this one has just come in and like made them both obsolete. So I guess unless you want an Adam head or you really want that fire extinguisher, go with that one, I guess. But like, this one is definitely the best one. It's so strange this release's existence entirely, because it was always a weird choice to do that kind of version of MMPR Black for Wave 12. It always kind of felt like they wasted the slot there in making something that could have been cooler or uniquer. But yeah, it's weird, especially due to the fact that this came out so soon afterward. But like, definitely gotten better with each release, but this is easily the most definitive one there and probably will be for a long period of time. So that's my personal opinion with that. I think that there is still some merits to like this one because it is cheaper, I guess, and it does look pretty good and honestly kind of blends in the best with this one. But this one, at this point, unless you really want that old Zack head, really doesn't do that much. And I was talking about the power axes. I forgot the Adams did not include that, but this is the remastered one, and you can just see all the extra silver paint and stuff like that and the yellow tip there compared to the silver one. This is the one from the original Zack release. I think it was the metallic one that painted the little yellow. I know there was a previous one before that did that, but so you can just tell the improvements with those as well. But yeah, they've gotten better. Remastered is still the best. Alright, and with that, that is going to do it for my video review of the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered Mighty Morphin Black Ranger. So, once again, another really solid release in this kind of subline for the 30th anniversary. It's definitely good. It's definitely good. I just think that if you have some other Mighty Morphin Black figures out there, it's probably going to be one of the more least desirable of the remastered team. It's not hard to get a Mighty Morphin Black figure out there on the aftermarket, whether it's the Zack one or the Adam one, but this does have very nice improvements. I love the helmet on this. I really like the effect pieces. I think the Zack head sculpt is decent. I do like having all three versions of the Blade Blaster, and I think the remastered accessories are just pretty nice, and I do like the pinless not being all loose and everything. So I can definitely recommend it, especially if you don't have any of the Black Ranger figures. And if you're going to get the rest of the remasters, I can definitely recommend that as well. I would not recommend paying the prices that this is right now, coming right after Comic-Con. This is going for higher than it's supposed to. It was already sold higher than it was supposed to at Comic-Con, just because you could get it early there and stuff like that. So I do want to thank MCU Collector 24 once again for helping me out with this, because even though I did pay like the $37 that this was there, and then plus shipping, it's still cheaper than a lot of people were selling it after the convention. But if you're willing to just wait a little bit, you'll be able to get them on Amazon and Pulse and stuff like that for the typical deluxe price point of about $33.99. And like I said, once again, there will be an Amazon affiliate link to him in the description below if you'd like to pre-order them from there, because it's nice that Amazon is actually carrying these. So I don't know when the other three are going to be coming in, but whenever they do, I'll take a look at them on the channel here, and this is a nice kind of halfway completion point of these remastered. I do like how these are turning out. So let me know down in the comments below, are you picking this up? Did you get it at Comic-Con? Are you waiting for the regular releases of it in a couple months? Have you already tried to import it from somewhere else? Because I know it's out in like Malaysia and China and stuff like that. Are you sticking with the regular releases? What are your thoughts on Remastered as a whole? All that kind of stuff down in the comments below. I want to hear about it. And of course, until next time, you guys can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LightningFigPR. And I'll see you all later. To wrap up this video, I'd like to thank my $5 and above patrons: Jurassic Samurai, Robert Browning, Static Thunder, Brendan Overland, Maji Yellow, MCPC Studios, Comics 1017, James Darty, Eric Berry, Matthew Thorne, Josh Landry, Pyramidus, CPT Tesla, Cross SCV, Caboose Ed, Socket Monsters, Anthony Love, Daniel Pika, Hella Geo, Thrasher, Jesus Prime, Uni Warrior Thomas, and Lewis Carnes. You can support Toku Topics for as little as $1 a month on my Patreon, linked in the description below.